use of pronoun as adjective. Really? Pronoun is adjective? Yes, pronoun can also behave as adjectives in English grammar. Assalamu alaikum. Hello viewers, hope you are all well and enjoying your life. I welcome you all to the channel of Learn with MW. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We are starting part 5 of adjectives, in which we will be discussing further aspects of adjectives in English grammar. Viewers, in order to start part 5 of adjectives, I want to give you a short recall. Viewers, up till now we have uploaded part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 of adjectives, in which we have discussed about adjectives in a very grammatical and conceptual way. So viewers, if you missed it, part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4 of adjectives, go through the channel and watch that video. Viewers, now in part 5 we will be discussing a very important concept, and the concept is use of pronoun as adjective. Really? Pronoun is adjective? Yes, pronoun can also behave as adjectives in English grammar. So in order to prove this concept, we will stay connected with us in this video. So viewers, in order to start this concept, use of pronoun as adjective, we must know three things, and the three things are, so locate, we must three things. The first thing is that after the verb, after the verb always comes, after the verb always come object. So the first thing that we should remember, that after the verb always come object. The second concept that we should remember, that after the preposition, also object comes. After the preposition also come object. And the third concept that we should know, that about concept is subject. That viewers, we have discussed in our earlier videos about subject object in very detail. So if you missed that videos, go through the channel. We have created a playlist, watch that concept, that what is the difference between subject object. So viewers, remember that subject in English grammar can either be noun, or it can be pronoun. So viewers, these three things should be remembered, because we will revise these three concepts in part 6, part 7, in other part of adjectives, in which we will be discussing further aspect of adjectives in English grammar. So viewers, in order to start this concept, use of pronoun as adjective, we must know these three things, that after the verb always come object. The second concept, after the preposition always come object. And subject in English grammar can either be noun or it can either be pronoun. So viewers, these are the three important concepts to learn, because we will be revising these concepts in further part of adjectives in a very detailed grammatical and conceptual way. So took a screenshot of these three concepts, that after the verb there always come object, after the preposition they will become object, and after the subject, the subject can either be noun or pronoun. So hope you took a screenshot. Now we will be discussing a very important concept, use of pronoun as adjectives, through examples. So viewers, now through these examples we will learn the concept use of pronoun as adjective in English grammar. Viewers, we have learned in the previous slide that after the verb there come object, after the preposition there come object, and subject in English grammar can either be noun or pronoun. So look it, we apply that rule in this example. The example is either of the teams can win the game. So look at, we will, of is basically preposition in English grammar, and we have learned that after the preposition there come object. So the team is basically object, and can win the game, can win is basically verb because showing action, and the game, after the verb what come? Object come. So we have learned that after the preposition there come object, and after the verb there come object. And what is Either is basically subject, because the topic of the sentence or what the sentence is about, we call it subject. And we have learned that subject can either be noun or pronoun. So look at either. We have discussed in our previous videos that either is basically pronoun in English grammar, and more specifically either is distributive pronoun because it refers to the one person or thing at a time. So look at either here in this sentence is used as pronoun. So we all know, and specifically it is distributive pronoun. So look at this example. In order to prove this concept, use of pronoun as adjective. Either team can win the game. So either is basically, look at, forget about either now. Team is basically name, and names are basically called noun. Noun. Can win is basically verb, and after the verb here come the object, which we have discussed in the previous slide. So look here, we were, and those words which add meaning to the noun, those words which add meaning to the noun, we call it adjectives. Yes, those words which add meaning to the noun, we call it adjectives. So either in this sentence is adjective. Remember, either is basically pronoun is in English grammar, but here use of pronoun adjective is our topic and the concept that we're gonna prove. So either is used as adjective here in this sentence because either basically add meaning to the noun team. That's why either is used as adjective in English grammar. Took a screenshot of this concept. Hope you took a screenshot. Now look it. I'm just going to remove this either, and in place of either I will place another pronoun, distributive pronoun, which is neither. Now just gonna write neither in place of either. So neither, and here also I'm gonna write neither. Neither is also a pronoun, and more specifically it is distributive pronoun in English grammar, and we have discussed in the previous video it in very detailed grammatical and conceptual way. So viewers, if you missed the pronoun concept, go through a channel. We have created a playlist and watch all the concept about pronoun in English grammar. So look at the sentence now is neither of the teams can win the game. Neither team can win the game. So the same concept is of is preposition, and after the preposition here come object. We have discussed in the previous slide. Can win is basically verb, and after the verb there come object. So we have discussed it in previous slide. And neither is basically subject. It is basically the topic of the sentence, and subject in English grammar can either be noun or it can be pronoun. So look at neither, as we all know, neither is basically pronoun, and more specifically it is a distributive pronoun. So in this sentence either is used as pronoun. Look at this sentence, neither team can win the game. So team is basically noun because it is a name. Can win is basically verb, and after the verb here come object because we have discussed it in the previous slide. And look at neither. Neither is a word which add meaning to the noun. Neither is a word which add meaning to the noun team. That's why neither is basically adjective in English grammar. So took a screenshot. Either and neither. Either and neither. So we have discussed the whole concept, use of pronoun as adjective. We have discussed that either and neither are basically distributive pronoun in English grammar because they refer to the person or thing one at a time. But look at in these example, neither and either are also used as adjectives because they add meaning to the noun team. So we have learned the concept use of pronoun as adjective in English grammar, that pronoun can also be used adjectives in English grammar. So now in this slide we will also learn this concept use of pronoun as adjective. So we will look at, I have written the example, all of the boys are coming. So look at of is preposition, and we have learned in the previous slide that after the preposition what come, we call it object. So of the boys is basically object, and are coming is basically verb. So look at in all is basically topic of the sentence, and the topic of the sentence is basically called subject, and subject in English grammar can either be noun or can either be pronoun. So look at, we all know all is basically pronoun, and more specifically it is basically independent pronoun. indefinite pronoun because it refers to the some general persons or things. So look at all is basically pronoun. More specifically, it is indefinite pronoun. So in this sentence, all is used as pronoun. Look at this example. All the boys are coming. So look at boys is basically noun. Are coming are basically verb. And all is pronoun. Basically, all is indefinite pronoun in English grammar. But here, all is adding meaning to the noun, boys. That's why. How it add meaning to the noun? Because it is basically showing quantity. Quantity. In terms of quantity, it basically add meaning to the noun, boys. All the boys. So all is basically showing quantity. And we have discussed that those words which add meaning to the noun, either in term of quality or either in term of quantity, we call it adjectives in English grammar, not adjective. It is adjectives. So look at all basically add meaning to the noun voice. That's why all is adjective. All is adjective in English grammar. So viewers, through these examples, look at we have learned the whole concept. Use of pronoun adjective. All is basically, again saying that all is indefinite pronoun in English grammar, but pronoun can also be used as adjectives in English grammar. Look at all the boys are coming. So boys is noun. All is basically adding meaning to the noun in terms of quantity. That's why all is used as adjective in English grammar. So we have learned the concept. Use of pronoun as adjective in English grammar. Hope you understand this concept because we have discussed it in very detailed, grammatical and conceptual way and through these examples. Now in part 5 of adjectives, we have discussed a very important concept which was use of pronoun as adjectives in English grammar. Stay connected with us. In upcoming videos, we will exploring further aspect of adjectives in a very grammatical, conceptual way. In further videos, we will discussing use of noun as adjective. That noun can also be used as adjective. We will discussing what the difference between all and whole, what the difference between many and much. All these aspects of adjectives will be discussed in very grammatical, conceptual way. So viewers, if you like this video, share this video with your friends. Like and subscribe the channel as well. And don't forget to comment. Thank you very much.